Alright, well today we're talking about the coordinate plane. Alright, so it's vocab time. We're going to start off with the vocab time, and it's the X and Y axis. The X axis we're going to call the horizontal number line. Alright, and that's also just in parentheses, you can put y is equal to 0 on the x-axis. Alright, so this is my x-axis right here. It's where y is equal to 0, and so horizontal number line. The y-axis is the vertical number line. Alright, and you can put in parentheses where x is equal to 0. So the y-axis is this line right here. It's that vertical number line, and you can see that x is always equal to 0 there. Alright, some more vocabs. First, the origin. That is where the x and y-axis intersect. So the x-axis and y-axis intersect. Alright, the origin is where the x-axis and the y-axis intersect. The quadrants are the 4 areas that the x-axis and y-axis create. What you do is you start in the top right corner, and we call this my first quadrant. Quadrant number 1, alright, is in this. You can see x is positive and y is positive in this first quadrant. Then we go counterclockwise. So my second quadrant is right there, my third quadrant is there, and my fourth quadrant is down there. So it starts in top and then goes counterclockwise. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I say something's in my second quadrant, I know it's somewhere in this area. If I know it's in my fourth quadrant, I know it's somewhere down here. Alright, so that's what quadrants do, and you can see how the x and y axis create those. So we need to identify which quadrant each point lies. So let's start with point R. R lies in what quadrant? Alright? Well, if you think about the last slide, you see 1 is here, 2, 3, and 4. So R is in the 4th quadrant. How about P? What's P in? P is in the 1, 2, the 2nd quadrant. How about Q? Well, Q is actually not on a quadrant. It's actually on the x-axis, isn't it? And so we can't say it's on a quadrant. Kind of a trick question for you. All right, it's on the x-axis. It's between the 2nd and 3rd quadrant, though. Ordered pairs. Ordered pairs. Ordered pair gives you the coordinate location on the coordinate plane. Remember, when you talk about ordered pairs, the x always goes first. X first, y second. So we always go left or right first, and then we go up and down for the y. So let's look at these 3 here, and we will put them on our graph. So we have 5, 2, which means we have to go left or right 5, and then up or down 2. Well, we have a positive 5, which means we go right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up 2, 1, 2, because it's a positive 2. So that would be 1 point right there. Negative 4, 3. I go left over to negative 4, and then up to 3. So you can see here I'm at negative 4, 3. Then we have 2, negative 3. So we go over to 2, and then down to negative 3 for the y. So we're at 2, 3, kind of right there. So you can see how our x and y's tell us exactly where to go. So let's plot these points. Go ahead and pause the video, do it on your own, then we'll come back, do it together, and see how you did. Alright, let's try it. 3, 1. I go over 3, 1, 2, 3, up 1, right there. Alright, and you can see just whoop right there. Negative 1, 3. I go over negative 1, up 3, and it should end up being right there. And negative 4, negative 3. I go left 4 and down 3. Whoop, right there. Negative 4, negative 3. Alright? Well, Walking Joe needs to know where to go. Walking Joe has the map, but needs to put it in the ordered pair so he knows where to walk. You need to figure out the ordered pairs so he can put them into his GPS. His house is at the origin. Remember, the origin's right here. So we need to locate the school, the library, and the gym. Alright, well, you can see he's at his house right now. And he need to go to school first. You can see our school is down in the 4th quadrant, right down here. And if you look, it's located at a +3 for x and a -4 on the y-axis. Remember, it always goes xy. So the school is at 3, -4. 3, -4. Next, he goes to the library, where we can see the library is in the 3rd quadrant here. She has the book. The library is located at a -4 for the x and a -3 for the y. And then the gym, people up here on the treadmill, it's located on a -1 for the x and a 4 for the y. So now that we have it in the GPS, you can see he goes down to the school, moonwalks over to the library, and then goes up to the gym. Hey, well, that's all I have. Hopefully this makes sense. If you have any questions, please let me know. Have a good evening.